Hey guys, welcome back to the farm and welcome back to yet another video. In this video we are going to try and propagate papayas. Okay, other than bananas, I think the only other fruit that really grows fast is papaya. Right, so if you want fruits really fast, banana is a choice and papaya is probably another one that you can grow. All the other fruits, most of them will probably take you about 3 to 4 years to start bearing fruits, but these guys, they give you fruits really quickly. Okay, so this is a papaya that grew somewhere near the mama's property, and this is very ripe and it's almost starting to rot. So I'm going to just get the seeds out of this papaya and use the seeds to grow the next generation of papayas. Right, I will start making nurseries with the seeds here, and then we will leave it here on the farm, and hopefully I'll have some seedlings after a couple of weeks, and I should be able to put them on the farm, and I'll have papayas. So okay, so I'm going to cut into this thing, cut into this baby, and see what we have. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at all that nice seeds, right? And when you're picking bananas, when you're picking papayas that you want to propagate, right, you want to pick papayas that are really ripe, because those are the seeds that are really viable. Okay, don't pick papayas that are barely ripe, that are still green. Those will not germinate. Okay. So I get the seeds out of this. Seed. So ideally what you should do is get maybe a bucket of water, and you put the seeds in them, and when you do that, some of those seeds will sink down and some of them will float. Okay, so you want to use the seeds that sink, because those are the ones that are fertile. Those are the ones that will those are the ones that you can use to propagate the next generation. The others, you don't want to use the ones that float. Right? Okay. I think I have enough seeds here now. That's plenty of seeds. Right? And that's a lot of seeds. Okay. Okay, this I don't think I can eat. Kuli. We'll see if Kuli wants to eat it. You want papaya? Huh? No. But she doesn't want to eat it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to just throw it away. We can't really eat this. It's too ripe. Okay, now I have the seeds. With me. Okay, so now we have our seeds, and this is the grow bag that I'm using. Here are these small bags that I bought in a local shop here, and I think this is a packet of like 500, and I got it for $100. But these are not your usual, you know, the black grow bags that you get, the small ones. But these look like plastic. They're not very thick. I went for these because I didn't want something very thick, because I'm only going to have them in these bags for like maybe 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and then I'll transplant them on the farm. So I bought these. Okay, so what is left to do now is okay, I'll keep these here. I'll keep this one. Okay, so we'll have to now make the, you know, the soil mix, the medium in which I will be planting the seeds. So for that, I'll take a mix of, you know, soil from my farm here, and then mix it with a little bit of compost. Make a good mix, maybe 2 parts soil and maybe 1 part compost, and then I'll use them to fill the bags, and we'll put these seeds in the bag and we'll leave them here, water them a little bit, and then just wait for maybe 2 more weeks. Yeah, let's go get some soil. Bananas that we planted, they start growing leaves now, right? Very happy to see that. All of them, almost all of them have started growing. Okay, so I'll take a little bit of soil from here. So we had already dug it up. So this soil is good because it's sandy. Take a bit of this into this bag. Okay, so I have enough soil, so I'll mix it with maybe a little bit of compost, and we'll have our planting medium, and then we'll start filling the bags. We'll start putting those seeds in. Okay, so I got the soil and the compost. Now I'll just mix them up. Just mix it up really nicely so that the soil gets mixed in with the compost. Look at that. Okay. So all that we have to do now is fill them in these bags and put the seeds in there and just wait. Okay, I'll just mix this up really nicely. Look at that. Look at the color of that compost. It's really nice, good quality compost. Okay, so now get these bags out. See, another reason why I'm doing it here on the farm and not near the house is because I don't want to carry it all the way. That will be another task, right? So as you progress, you start learning things. So carrying about like 50 bags, that will be another trip to the house and back. So I just want to avoid it. Now that I have water here, I can use the water to water the plants and maybe just leave it here instead of having it there and bringing it all the way. Yeah, if I can have it near the house there, yeah, I'd be able to give it more attention if I was there. You know, I can look at it, see it growing, see if it is too, if the, you know, if the soil is drying out. I can do all that, but it saves me a lot more time and effort to just do it here right on the farm and not do it there and bring it here, right? So this is the second bag. Put another 2-3 seeds in there. Right. Fill it up with soil. Right. There's my second bag. It's ready. That's 3 seeds. Right. Throw them in there. Right. And then just fill it with mud. So that's 3. I'm done making about 50 of these nursery bags. Okay, so in each of these I put about like maybe 3 or 4 seeds. So if one doesn't sprout, then you're giving it more of a chance when you put in a lot more seeds. See, another thing that you have to keep in mind when you're doing this is to make sure that your bag is not just filled till here. It has to be filled all the way to the top. Right. make sure that you fill it all the way to the top, because if you don't, then when you water it, the plastic is going to bend and it's going to kind of close the whole, this capsule that you have, right? So you want to make sure that you fill it all the way to the top, because now even if you water it, the plastic is not going to cover the the soil, because if the plastic covers the soil, then the plant is not going to be able to grow. Okay, another thing is I've left it here, so I've moved it from where it was really sunny to under this tree here. So under this tree there is a little bit of shade, so the papaya seeds, they don't need a lot of sunlight when they are about to sprout, but once the the seedlings are out, they will need full sunlight. So I can put them here now underneath this tree, so that they get a little bit of a sunlight, but not a lot of it. And I will come back later in the day and I will water it, and I will leave it here. So hopefully in another 12 days these the seeds will germinate, and we will have papaya seedlings, and then I will transplant them onto the farm, and then hopefully in a couple of months, maybe 8 to 9 months, we'll have a full-fledged papaya plant, and I will have papayas. So hi guys, welcome back. So it's been more than 40 days since we tried to germinate our papaya seeds, and today is the 42nd day. So here you go. So we have the papaya seedlings. Okay, so it took them about 40 days to germinate and get to this size. The last time I came here, I checked and the seedlings were still very small to transplant on the farm. But today, when I checked, they are pretty much, they're of okay size, right? I can put this out on the farm and they should be able to grow from here. So yeah, so 40 days is what it took to get the seed to germinate and get them to this size, so that you can put them out on the farm, right? So time, you have to be patient with nature. You have to be patient. Just because you put down the seeds and you want the fruits now, you're not going to get it. Nature teaches you to be patient, right? That's the lesson that I've learned. Okay, so I have my papaya saplings. So the work for today would be to put out these saplings out in the farm, and yeah, hopefully in a couple of months I'll have some papaya plants, right? Fully grown papaya plants and some papayas, hopefully. So let's go and get this done. Yeah. Okay, so I have my papaya saplings here, and the idea is that I'll put these saplings not in the tree line. So the tree line is where I have my areca saplings, right? So where I have planted my arecas and the coconut and all my fruit trees, that is going to be the tree line. So I will be putting the papayas a little off, maybe towards the side, like how I planted the bananas. Okay, so this is a tree line. So I have planted bananas on that side, and on this side, opposite to every other areca nut, I'm going to put a papaya. Okay, so I have plans of putting other things that help in nitrogen fixing in between the papaya and the areca and the bananas here, so that the plants are going to be able to use the nitrogen, right? They're going to get nitrogen to grow. But the first thing I'll have to do is I'll have to again remove the grass. Just give it enough clearance so that the papayas are not outcompeted by the grass, right? There you go. Okay. Sapling here. Okay, so in this I have two papaya saplings, so I'm going to put both of them there. But we'll just give both of them the chance, right? We'll see which one survives. Right now this one looks bigger than this, but you never know, so this is like an insurance. So we put both of them together, one of them survives, still good. I think there's another one coming up here, so we'll see. We'll let nature decide the stronger one, and I think that is how it's going to be, right? So let's see. You can see the monsoon is in full swing, and it's always raining here. Right now when I'm talking to you, it is still drizzling, and yeah, so getting things done during the monsoon is a little hard, okay, because everything is wet and you don't want to get out. You don't want to get out into the field and start working when everything is so soggy and everything is mushy, and even the mud kind of sticks, right? So things are kind of slowing down. People are not out. People are staying indoors, most of them, I think. I don't see anybody out here in the field except me, right? So that is how life is. During the summer they get all the work done, whatever they have to do, and during the monsoon they kind of just sit down and relax. Most of them, not saying everybody, but I can't afford to do it. I still have work to do, right? So let's finish it. Okay, here are some more, okay, saplings. As you can see, other things have also grown, like grass and few other weeds. So I'll have to pick them out before I plant them, right? Yeah, and another good news is, since I haven't used any sort of chemicals or pesticides on the farm for the last 2.5-3 years, there's a lot of life in the soil. There's a lot of activity, a lot of worms like beetle larvae, earthworm. The earthworm, I think every time I dig I get at least 2-3 earthworms, right? So the soil is slowly recovering, but I still have to amend it with a lot of other things. natural things. I'm not going to put anything chemical on it. So that is what nature does, you know, it heals itself, right? You give it the time, it will slowly heal itself. So considering that this property, this land was used for growing all sorts of, you know, things that used a lot of pesticides. Like they were growing ginger here, and every time people grow ginger, they use a lot of chemicals and pesticides. So this soil was kind of damaged to begin with, but then over time it is slowly recovering. So I'm really happy because the number of earthworms that I see every time I dig, 2-3 earthworms. So that's a positive sign, right? It's an earthworm. Unfortunately, I think I killed it by cutting it in half. Here, there's another one. See that? So that is what I was saying. Is a lot of earthworms. I saw a beetle larvae. I'll try and show you. So this is promising sign, right? You have a lot of earthworms. What do earthworms do? Why do you need them? They are the natural diggers of your soil. So if you have a compacted soil, there'll be no earthworms in it. You put some earthworms in it, they keep going up and down. You know, they live in the mud, in the earth. They come out to feed and also to excrete, and then they go back down. They keep doing that, and every time they come up and go down, they kind of create these small tunnels, passages, and that kind of loosens up the soil, right? So the more earthworms you have, the more tunnels you have, the more aerated your soil is, and the roots are going to be able to spread easily, right? Everything is interconnected. That is how nature works. That is how superbly designed nature is. So instead of putting these things to work, if you start killing them, so you put a bunch of pesticides on it, all the earthworms are going to die, right? Or you compact the soil, bring in a tractor, run the tractor on your soil, the soil is going to be compacted, the earthworms are not going to be able to come out. It's going to die, they're going to die, right? And every single earthworm, I think they keep multiplying. They have a very fast multiplication rate. So they keep multiplying and multiplying, so you don't need a whole lot to begin with. But the moment you have a whole lot in your farm, it shows that, yeah, you are heading in the right direction.